everyone, I'm back for video 3 to do the last 4 oils that come in the Family Physician Kit from doTERRA that I kind of recommend your oils to start out your everyday ailments and for just the little things that I use these oils for every day. So these last 4 oils are actually oil blends. So they're not just one pure oil, they're blends of oils for certain ailments. So this first one is On Guard, second one is Breathe, next one is Digest Zen, and I didn't have a bottle of this oil, but I do have it in a lotion. So it's Deep Blue. So these are the 4 I'll be going over. So the first one is On Guard. And On Guard is a protective blend. So this is the blend that I put on my little boy's feet. I put 2 drops in my palm of my hand and rub it on their feet every single night. With the exception of a few nights I'm sure we've gotten home late, or I haven't been home, I've been working at night or whatever, but 95% of nights I put this on my little boy's feet. And it's really good for an immune booster, and it's really good to help support against the everyday viruses they come in contact with. It is wonderful if you already feel that sniffle coming on, or your little boy or your kids are starting to get a cold. It is wonderful to put on the bottoms of your feet or your little kids' feet once you feel that, if they feel that virus coming on. I would recommend, if they do have the virus coming on, or if it's already full blown, is okay. It will decrease the duration of the virus and it will help with the severity of it. So I would put it on every 3 to 4 hours. Just like I said, 2 to 3 drops on a child. On a very small baby, I would put 1 drop. Just kind of use just your common sense and your intuition of how many drops you really need. If it's on a small baby especially that you've never used essential oil on, for any oil, I would use a carrier oil. If it's on any child at all, with the exception of the bottoms of their feet, I would always recommend to use a carrier oil with On Guard because it can be a little bit hot to the touch. And a carrier oil, when I first was using essential oils, I thought, oh, carrier oils, whatever. I'll just use a lotion. So I use my baby lotion and some On Guard right after the bath with my little boy. And oh my gosh, mistake central. He just started screaming, crying, saying, "What did you do to me, Mom?" And I thought I knew better, but I didn't. And you need a carrier oil, not a lotion in this sense. So when it says to use a carrier oil in any research that you use or you hear, make sure you're using an actual carrier oil. And again, I'll say coconut oil, almond oil, olive oil, any carrier oil that you can use to help relieve the touch of the oil, the sensation of the oil. It won't decrease the potency of it. The potency is still wonderful. It's just gonna decrease the sensitivity to the skin. So when I use it on my boys, unless I'm using it right on their feet, I use a carrier oil with it every time. So if my little boy, I have one little boy that's really predestined to get croup. If he gets even the slightest sniffle, that night I know I'm gonna be up all night with croup. So I'll use 2 drops of On Guard, 2 drops of frankincense. On Guard for the virus, frankincense for the inflammation, to help with the inflammation in the throat, because croup is inflammation in your larynx. It's in part of your throat. So it's inflamed, or your glottis, I'm sorry. It's an inflamed part of your anatomy in your throat, and it will help decrease the inflammation in there very quickly, such as a steroid would do. And then I've also used the blend that I'm going to say in a minute, Breathe, to help open up the airway and to help open up the throat, to help with their breathing and to help the symptoms subside. So I've used On Guard for that also. On Guard has been proven with many researches and many testings that to help kill the virus MRSA. If you've heard of MRSA, it's pretty bad in hospitals. A lot of people will contract it. You can put this right on the wound of MRSA. If it's on a big wound, like I said in previous videos, you can use a bottle and you can use it in sterile water or a carrier oil in this instance, whichever one you want to use. Sterile water is cheaper. And the On Guard, well, with the On Guard I would use a carrier oil, not the water, because it would be really strong to the touch. But any other oil that's a less strong oil, I would just use water. But with the On Guard on MRSA or on the skin if there's any major virus, to spray it on that you don't want to touch and irritate. On Guard is also, let me look at my notes because I know I'm forgetting something. When I feel a cold coming on, like I said earlier, I use Melaleuca, but I also put in that water that I swallow a couple drops of the On Guard, and I do that every 15 minutes for the first hour and then do it every 3 hours. And make sure you're eating with it because you don't want to irritate your stomach because it's pretty hot, or it can kind of irritate your stomach, so make sure you're eating with it and then you won't have the irritation. Other than that, there's a few other things you can use it for, but it gets a little more in detail, but that is the basic things I use it for. It's just a good immune booster for every day. Okay, so the next one is Breathe. Breathe is just exactly what it says. It's good for breathing. It's good for when you can't breathe. So it's wonderful for croup, like I said previously. I mix it with the oregano and with the Melaleuca. Wonderful to apply to the chest and to the spine. The spine, like I said, is just it's good to absorb those oils into the fluid and lymphatics and get out to your body. Really good for the chest, obviously, because that's the part of the place that you need help with. I rub it on the chest and up and down the neck on croup for babies that need it, or little kids. Even in adults can have croup too, or bronchitis. Anything that affects your lungs, Breathe is good for, to help with the soothing and for the relieving those symptoms. It's really good for a bad cough, a chronic cough. I would use, for a chronic cough or bronchitis, most of your viruses or your inflammations, I would use the Breathe and the frankincense hand in hand. The Breathe to help alleviate the difficulty breathing, or the strong cough to help calm the cough, and the frankincense for the inflammation of it. Breathe is also really good just for the everyday, the seasonal allergies, or just a sinus infection to help open up the airways. You can cup it, you can just breathe it aromatically, or like I said, just barely, you can put it on your chest. I love Breathe. It has eucalyptus in it, and it's just so yummy and wonderful. It smells so good. I could just sit here and breathe it, but I won't. Anyways, or you can, like when my kids have just a little sniffle, you know, going from fall to winter, they get that little sniffle. I put it on the filter of their cool mist humidifier in their bedroom. So the last place for that water to go through is the filter before it hits the air. So it's gonna grab the oil and those little water droplets and fill the entire room. My little boy's bedroom is in one side of my house, but it fills my entire home if the doors are open. So it's really wonderful just to help open up your lungs. And I have one little boy that snores, and so it really, really helps him to open up the airway so he doesn't snore, and he sleeps so much better. Really good for an asthma attack. Keep this on hand. It's really good to put in your hand, a couple drops, rub them together, and just cup your face and breathe that nice and deep. Make sure you get it deep down into your lungs so you're relieving all those irritated airways. And I would also add the frankincense if you have it in an asthma attack. The Breathe is wonderful, but the frankincense makes it just that much better. Let me think if there's anything else. Breathe for. The next one is Digest Zen. So Digest Zen. It relieves any pain or any ailment pretty much from your mouth to your bum, just your whole digestive tract. So the main things I use Digest Zen for is if my little boys wake up throwing up, or they have a case of diarrhea from something they ate, or if also it's really good for menstrual cramps, just to help soothe the stomach and calm it. Anything that the stomach, it's really good to help just soothe and calm. It's really wonderful for, and you wouldn't need to use a carrier oil on this for anyone but maybe an infant, a baby, that just so that it doesn't irritate their skin, because they have really new skin and you have no idea what's going to affect them or not. So I would use a carrier oil. On me or my children, I don't use it. You can apply it on their feet, but I like to apply an oil, if I can, right over the place where the ailment is happening. So wonderful just to put on your tummy and to relieve that, or you can put a couple drops in a couple tablespoons of water and just drink it, and it goes right into your tummy, and so it relieves that pain. It relieves the bloating and irritation that happens in a menstrual period also, like I said. It's also really good for acid reflux to help with that. So on a child, a small infant, so many little babies are having that now. Who knows why? We probably know why, but who knows why? Really good to take that carrot oil and rub it on their chest and on their throat before feedings and after feedings to help alleviate that the acid reflux. And if they're older, say like 9-10 months, when they're eating normal everyday food, they may allow you to put a drop on their tongue. They might, but best case scenario, just use it on their skin. It's the skin topically to use it will absorb it into the bloodstream and alleviate that pain or the discomfort anyways. So whatever way you choose to use it. Digestin also comes in a capsule from doTERRA. They sell that and it's wonderful. My mom takes it every day for her acid reflux as just her everyday medication to help calm that. Anything else I can think? Like I said, it's just pretty much what it says. It's for a digestive blend to help with anything to alleviate from your mouth to your bum, like I said. And that's all I can think of right now. So, and then that last one is Deep Blue. And it comes in an oil bottle just like this, but I just don't have an oil bottle of it right now because I mostly order in the rub. The rub is another word just for your lotion. So it just comes in a lotion already made, and it comes with 4 ounces of the Deep Blue oil in it. And this bottle is a 5-ounce bottle, or a 15-ounce bottle, I'm sorry, but it comes with 4 ounces in this lotion, and it lasts me so long. I use this lotion so often, and so does my husband. My husband uses it because he gets a lot of tension in his neck. He's a contractor, so he's building and he's working his hands above his head, and he comes home with a lot of stress and a lot of tension in his neck. So I just try to rub his back and his neck with this, and it just immediately helps him just relax and soothe the pain and the tension of it. It's wonderful. It has wintergreen in it, which is an analgesic. It's a pain reliever. So it's really wonderful for sore muscles, for broken bones. You can help relieve the pain with that. I use it for my knees, like I've said in my previous video. I love Deep Blue to help alleviate the pain with my knees, and it helps to help decrease the tension in the muscles, and so that they can heal better. And Deep Blue is also wonderful. I keep a bottle in my purse, not only for the gym and for my knees, but I'll keep a bottle in my purse for work mostly, because a lot of the nurses and stuff I work with, they're lifting, doing heavy patients, and doing a lot of things that just require a lot of strain and stress. And a lot of times they just have a really stressful patient, so they get a headache. Well, the wintergreen and everything in Deep Blue is wonderful to help relieve a headache. So I just rub it on the back of their necks, across their forehead, and on their temples to relieve that headache, and you would be amazed at how well it helps. I also use it for my headaches too, if I don't have just some peppermint on hand. But I keep this in my purse at all times. There's always a bottle of Deep Blue. Other than that, you can go about different ways, and a lot of these oils will help with serious ailments. Just didn't go over them today. So let me know if you have any questions, and if I can help you in any way. Just go to my website if you want to maybe order one of these kits, or maybe get just a wholesale membership. It's kind of like a Costco membership. It's $35 a year, and you get wholesale price on your oils. So it helps to knock down the price of the oils a lot, and it's wonderful. I have one myself, and I love doTERRA oils, but I also get a wholesale cost of them, but anyone can get that cost. So you can go to my website and either buy them from there, or you can get your own membership and buy them from your own site. And I will leave the link to that site below, and just let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, or whatever you want to talk about, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I hope this video helps you and that it interests you in the way that it did me. Okay, see ya.